So I had a bunch of Americans ask me in my comment sections, why do Canadians hate Americans so much? So I'm going to try and explain this to you in the form of a metaphor. If North Korea were to open up the internet and a bunch of North Koreans were starting to, like, you know, roast Americans, you wouldn't take them seriously, right? You'd be like, dude, your government just offs you. You don't have money. You don't have any rights. Like, you're all starving and you're just gaslighting yourself with the propaganda that the North Korean government feeds you. That's Canada. 60 to 70% of these people would sell their kids to Epstein if the TV or the Liberal government told them to. I know they're going to deny it, but like they would, 100%. And they did. When the Liberal government told them, hey, we didn't test these on kids, but, you know, get them, they lined their kids up. And when their kids were complaining with side effects, they were still taking the government side. So they would take the government side over their own children. Now imagine that level of propaganda. And the worst part is we only have state-owned media in Canada. We only have one Rebel News, but they're only online. And they have banned news sources from being shown on social media because the Liberal government did that. And now they put in a law where you're not even allowed to say anything against the government or you could go to jail. But they're bringing in droves and droves of illegals who can rape, murder, shoot, sell drugs, whatever. And that's totally fine. And then they gaslight the Canadians into thinking that that's normal. And 60 to 70% of them are like, yeah, that's totally cool. It's totally normal. That's what you're dealing with online. They genuinely think that, like, the U.S. is going to attack Canada when the U.S. doesn't even talk about Canada unless it's a hockey game because Canada's irrelevant. But in their minds, they think that, like, the world revolves around Canada and all of that stuff because the media told them that. Like, these people could be starving. They could watch their own kids starve. They'd give their last dollar to the Liberal government. And then we have other people who think that if we get the Conservative or NDP or anybody else in, that anything's going to change. But it's not. Our Senate has been completely taken over by these wokies, by the World Economic Forum. There's no way of changing that. And we're still part of the Crown. And it's a corporation country with a charter of right that doesn't even matter. And that's basically Canada. It's an upside down thing. So what is normal and moral down here in the United States is considered crazy. You're an extremist in Canada for. And so the rest of the 30% people are just basically held hostage, not just by the government, but by these NPC weirdos, these North Korean bots, you know, that have been made in Canada. And I really feel bad for them because I've lived up north and I've seen like what that does to someone's psyche. And so I wouldn't honestly even take them seriously. You guys are some of the friendliest, most welcoming people I've ever met. And to be honest, I totally go to war for you guys.